when I went to Wealdstone, when I went from Liverpool, I went to Thorpe Arches and they let me go to Wealdstone, which is all semi-open. And you get in there and after you get jobs and stuff, but you've got to be in a few months before you get a job. So I think I've got about 6 months left on me the tariff to get out, maybe a little bit less. So I've only been there about a week or so. And the governor wants to see me. Now, I did my CSLAs, the training courses, number 1 and number 2, I've done both of them. So I've done both courses. And I passed them. And I also did my course where you have to do your first aid. I've still got that. I did 99 out of 100. I got you have to get 66, and I got 99 out of 100. And yeah, so I passed them. So when I went to the jail, I was qualified. So this lad, what he was, there was somebody working in Leeds, because this was like Weatherby, this place where it was at. So he was a training instructor for the gym. So it was a swim bath as well. So anyway, they said, look, do you want a job going out? We need someone to go out. You're the only one qualified in the whole jail now with the qualifications. We need somebody with first aid trained. So this lad had done a jumped over the fence and done a runner. So he'd done a runner. Idiots keep phoning the phone. So I've got him seen the governor. He said, yeah, you can go to the so anyway, you had to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. So Mark Steele and them, they were just in the jail still. So I'd get up, it was fucking freezing. You had to go, you were in billets. Then you walk along these passageways. It was freezing in the winter. Brush your teeth, get ready, and go down, get your breakfast, and then they'd pick you up and take you to the designated place. So they'd say maybe 10 of us on the minibus, the 12-seater minibus. The screw would come on and take you. So they'd let you out. So I'm walking down fucking in the sports centre area where I'm at. I can't remember the name of it now. So I'm walking about in the centre and all that, and I'm in Leeds and all that. What fucking hell, I'm in the centre here, I'm in the sports centre. So anyway, it gets in there, and I met a lad in there called Billy. He worked there, he was like a good boxer. And he used to do boxercise for the women and that. And then I used to do the weight training, so I was qualified to train them on the weights. It was a weight gym. I used to train, it was weights without machines. It was sort of tough. I used to train people coming in the weights. But my other job was when I come in, I'd just fill up the vending machines, where you put the Mars bars and all that, I had to fill them up. And then I had to go and fucking clean the women's, the rugby players, the women, all that. The fucking things were disgusting. The showers and everything, minging, where the men's were nowhere near as bad as the women's. So anyway, I had to go in there, I had to wash it all down. So and I had to brush it all out, and then I had to mop it all down, then clean it and dry it. So I had 6 showers, 6 there. It was like a big room where you go in and get changed, like for the showers, the changing rooms for like football teams, but there's rugby teams in there as well. So I had 6 of them to do, and then he had 4, 3 on one side, squash courts to do. So I had to brush them, and then I had to mop them, and then above them this big fucking machine it was like that all over the fucking place, like this machine. But it was better than being in jail. So I was doing all that, and you get, the Walkmans. I used to have a Walkman. I'd be listening to all the old rave music going on, and it passed the time. But then I could also go in the sunbeds in there, and I used to get some steroids brought in. So Billy said, put them in my locker. I got 100 quid brought it in for one of the lads from out the area. I had money in there, so I used to say, go and get yourself down the town, get your dinner. So I was be able to go down the town. And if they come and say, where's your eyes out with such and such, doing something, they'd cover me the people in the swim baths place. So they were great people, and I couldn't believe there was a girl in there. She was a swimmer, and she swam for England. And she was swimming, I was walking, and she was keeping up me walking when I was walking down the side. That's how fast they are, them swimmers. I couldn't believe how fast they were. And we used to go swimming as well. We used to get on the weights, do the boxing, and we used to have women come in who like had kids or mental health kids, and they'd have husbands who were arguing, and they'd go on these boxercise. I say, who's annoying you most in the world? She went to my husband. I said, think of him and hit him. She'd punch the band more. Feel miles better after that. And I used to be helping people, in the community. And then I used to help the kids. There was loads of little kids, handicapped kids. Kids with Down syndrome, and they were in the water, and I was teaching them how to swim. Not proper teaching them, because I didn't have my lifeguard. I was close to passing my lifeguard. But I could take them and they'd put them with the floats and that, and they'd get them in the water, and the mums were, oh, thanks for looking after them, brilliant, and they were class, looking after the kids. So I did that job when I was in Wealdstone. I was in the jail there, so I had a good job. I've got there sometimes 7 days a week to get me, because they said, oh, we want them here, because they felt sorry for me. The people at the gym, there was like 5 or 6 lads and a couple of lasses. One of the lads went out with one of the lasses there, and they were climbers. They were all sport bully type people, but they felt sorry for me in that fucking jail. They said, oh, get him out, and say he's working with us and we'll get him out for his dinner and that. So it was nice to be out, but I didn't get in trouble. I kept myself right, and I was respectable, and then they used to say, get him something if you want, but I had to pay for it. but I had my money and that, so Billy was a nice kid. So if he's watching, thanks Billy for all looking after us there and all the people at the sports. And I wouldn't mention the name of it, either anyone asked me, but because obviously I'd get them in trouble. But yeah, they looked after me when I was in jail. But I was out of jail, in jail, so I used to go to the corner shop and get like a, you know, like a little cake thing and a coffee and things like that. It was just great because I'd been locked up all that time in jail. So yeah, thanks very much for listening to me. Don't forget to push the like button to do the trolls heads in, and I'll speak to you again soon.